Thanks very much, Steve. Well, here we go. 2010, the Aprilia Superteen Challenge. It is underway. Massed entry again. Huge grids. So good to see and so full of young talent. You see their beginnings of this season now. What could happen by the end of this? We could have some likely prospects for MotoGP not very far down the road. Does it sound unlikely? It isn't. We know that we've got Casey Stoner out there, a world champion. He started at this level. But Steve, it's just great, isn't it? Another new season and a huge entry for the Superteens.
Yeah, another huge entry for this season. Sam Cherry there at number 73 taking the lead, but with all of last year's top 10 moving on to GP3 bikes and Moto 450s, it means that all of these riders have got an opportunity. None of them have won an Aprilia Superteen race up to now, so it really is wide open.
Chrissy Rouse up into second place. He's got that Cross of St George on top of the helmet there. He's not the only one actually with that helmet design, so we need to keep our eyes peeled, but getting away well from the start there, as you say. Sam Cherry, he handily has a sort of cherry coloured helmet as well, so we can keep our beady eyes on him. But they're up the front. Remember that the orange bibs there, the real novice bibs, you'll see a lot of those in this field. Those are riders new to full-on circuit racing. A lot of these young riders, they can be aged between 12 and 18 in this series, and even those at 12 years old could have had literally 50% of their life racing something, because they can start on mini motos back when they're 6 years old, and a lot of them have, and a lot of them have won previous championships, but this is their first time on the real proper big circuits. And up at Shaw's, getting a little crowded there. I think Chrissy Rouse just managing to stay on board there, Steve.
Yeah, Chrissy Rouse having a bit of a battle there with his teammate Callum Bay. John Davis from JDF will be a little bit angry with those two for getting so close, but fantastic start for Chrissy Rouse from the northeast. Very quiet but very likeable young chap. He's actually been made rider's rep for the season. That's how popular he is in the paddock, but he's certainly got a lot quicker towards the end of last year. Of course, his best result was at the last round at Rockingham, where he got a fourth, and this year so far, well, he could be up there as one of the favourites.
Tommy Mountain there in fourth place. Number 24 was on pole position, of course, but already a champion with Thundersport GB. He won the novice championship, the Nitro championship last year, and is obviously full of beans for this year, because I noticed not just was he fastest in qualifying, he was also fastest in the warm-up this morning as well. Although warm-up is a bit of a strange way of putting it, because it was very, very cold indeed. But it is an impressive start, above all, for the number 80 machine, the rider Callum Bay from Scotland. He is just 12 years old. I think he had his birthday, his birthday's Valentine's Day, and that's only just over a month or so ago. So really superb start to his full-on racing career from Callum Bay.
Yeah, Jack Keane we just saw there, number 114. Jack's a rider that's improved immensely from last year. Jack's from my neck of the woods in Norwich, and vast improvements from him. Great to see him up in the top 5. He's just behind that pack where Tommy Mountain's just at the back of it there with the yellow wheels. That's Tommy, and Jack's just behind.
Well, Sam Cherry maintaining that lead. He's under pressure from Chrissy Rouse, and Chrissy gets him alongside him on the run-up into the hairpin, but can't quite make it stick. And Sam very definite about maintaining his line there. He wasn't at all phased about the number 55 machine getting up alongside him. Just eased across, held his line, and maintains that lead. And you can see as they come down through the elbow, and it's a very interesting angle, that, isn't it, Steve, that you can see the many and various lines down through Devil's Elbow. Some people keep the exit very tight, others let the bike run wide and try and carry more speed perhaps onto the straight.
Yeah, with these bikes, obviously, the 125cc production machines, it's important to keep them high in the revs, and some favour different lines to try and get the maximum slipstream they can out of Devil's Elbow and onto the start-finish straight.
Well, Tommy Mountain there, just showing maybe their last season's experience, just nicking ahead of the youngster from Scotland, Callum Bay. Callum's still there, though, in fourth place, and Sam Cherry once again under pressure from Chrissy Rice, and once again, Sam, and he dumps it on his own. Oh, that is such a shame for the young rider. He will be miffed, and he's marching away from that. Yes, I know. Well, good ride up to there, Sam, and I'm sure there's more to come later in the day, but what a great shame. He was leading well. That's under pressure. All going wrong for Sam there, but then we saw Luke Buckingham rattling across the curbs, but staying on board up the front. Spread things out just a little. It is still Chrissy Rouse that heads the field, and now Tommy Mountain up into second place in steam. This is such a good ride from Callum Bay, hanging on there in third place.
It is, yeah. It bears resemblance to Fraser Rogers in his first season in the Aprilia Superteens as a rookie. He came in and, in fact, I don't even think he did as well as this in his very first meeting. So it's special stuff coming from that little Scot on the Aprilia.
Yep, 3 times a champion. I think he's Scottish champion a couple of times and British champion at Mini Moto. These are Maxi Motos as far as he's concerned. It's certainly the biggest bike he'll have ridden. Just dropping back slightly on the run down the hill. There we see Luke Buckingham again, just chasing through the corner there. But still at the front, these 3 leaders just putting a stretch on the pack.
Yeah, we saw Joe Ravenscroft and Harry Hartley in there with another newcomer, Harry Coomber, going through. There was also Ben Luxton, so a lot of improvers. And Tommy Mountain, he just fancied to look up the inside of Chrissy Rouse into Edwinas, thought better of it. And Chrissy Rouse from Newcastle still leads the race.
And good progress being made as well, Steve, by one of the young guys you were chatting to at the top of the programme, Joe Collier, who is also making up a few places behind this leading group. So we must keep out look out for him in the final laps. But at the moment, Chrissy Rouse, look at this, under pressure from Tommy Mountain, and that's pressure telling. Now, who's that down there?
That's Aaron Klimpson, I think.
Well, Aaron was a newcomer last year and put in some great performances. He's always been really quick, hasn't he? He's put in a lot of good qualifying performances, but he could do with some good race results to tie on the back of that. But look at Tommy Mountain, chucks it up the inside. That means that Chrissy Rouse has to cut back on the inside of the hairpin. Is there going to be room? There is, says Chrissy. No, there isn't. Over the curbs goes Tommy Mountain, bouncing up in the air, and Sid's waving the flag, and he's thinking, goodness me, are they going to keep this one on the deck? But that is a win as they cross the line for Tommy Mountain. And Callum Bay got up there and crossed the line in second, and Chrissy Rouse, well, it all went wrong, didn't it, just as they came through that last chicane. What a brilliant victory there for Tommy Mountain. Superb second place. That's not the last we're going to hear from young Callum Bay. And a good third from Chrissy Rouse. There they are on the podium.
Tommy, we spoke with you before and you were looking forward to the season. You knew it was going to be tough, but that was a fantastic race. Did you realise that you'd won that there at the end?
No, I didn't really. It was a fantastic finish. I don't know how, it was 2,000th of a second or something like that. And I didn't think I had it on the end. I went over the curve at the end, and I managed to hold it all the way to the line, so it was okay.
It looks like it's going to be a very, very close season between you and the other competitors. You must have quite a few people to thank.
Yeah, I've got a few people to thank. My dad, mostly, for doing a great job over the winter. Gary Jackson, and all the Jacksons what have helped me through the winter, and also Gary Buckingham and John King from JK Tuning.